Hey guys, one of the first things that I wanted to do was a product review for the inspiration box that you can get from Walmart. I've actually used it in, or I will be using it in two of my other tutorials that are holiday looks like Candy Cane Lane and Winter Wonderland. And it comes in a box that looks like this. I mean, everything is usually like on the sides of it with held in place by plastic and cardboard. But this is basically it. It's $15 at Walmart. On the back it says everything that you get. This is actually pretty good value just because you get so much. You get 8 palettes that look like this. And I can open this up for you. That are actually very pigmented. They don't look like they'd be pigmented just because they're drugstore, and I think the drugstore has a really bad rap. But they're actually very pigmented. Like this color. Let's see. I don't know if you can really like see that pink, but it actually shows up really well, and so do a bunch of their other colors. This one is more of like a darker kind of palette. They also have this one, which I love. This green is like super vibrant. So that's like a really nice green, and of course these show up better if, say, like you have moisturizer or primer on. Here's the reds, which are really nice, reds and pinks. Here are some more. I love that blush color. Actually, I believe this is a blush, or maybe not. I'm using one of the blush colors in my candy cane look, which is actually what I have on right now, just because it's so pigmented, and you can definitely see there's a lot of color in that. Here's the next one. I personally like these kind of reviews because it's nice to know what you get before you buy it. I mean, with these, it's not really that important just because it's 15 bucks and you get so much. But I just really wanted to show just how well these were constructed and how well these go on. I'm not really sure how well they go on dry on your eyes because I always use moisturizer as a primer. But even just on the back of my hand with no primer whatsoever, they still look pretty good. Like right here is another green, and it's pretty nice. Also, the vanilla or the white in this color is actually really nice and shows up really well. That's the white I have on the inside of my eyes. There's this one which has like some really pretty purples and pinks and blues. So this one I definitely like a lot. I really love cool colors, so I try and stay away from the warm ones, at least right now for winter. And it seems like they look better on my skin tone. And here's the last one, which is a bunch of like pinks and stuff like that. And again, I'll show you the blush color on this pink. I mean, look at how vibrant that is. And that's just going on dry. So besides the eyeshadows, which I completely love, like I said, I lost a lot of my makeup when I moved to Tennessee. I don't know where it went, it just disappeared. So these have actually helped me out a lot. And I know that at Walmart they have a bunch of different ones, like $10 to $20, and I think there's one that's 30. Like I said, this case is 15, and they have ones with more or less depending on what you want. Some with lip liners and things like that. I chose this one because eyeshadow is a huge thing for me. Like, I couldn't live without eyeshadow. So that's why I chose this one, but definitely check these out. They're those colors, and then as well it comes with 4 lipsticks. This pink is actually what I'm wearing right now, which is actually like a really nice color. And, you know, I mean, it's the basic size of any lipstick that you're gonna pretty much get anywhere, and like I said, it's just really nice. You can see it right there. The other colors I have, I'm also wearing right now actually the red that comes in this on my eyes and as like more of a cream blush. So let's see. The lipsticks. Here's that red I was talking about, and I must be missing one of these lipsticks, but this one goes on really nicely, if you can see that. I mean, just look at how gorgeous red that is. And these have pretty long like stayability, like they stay on for a long time. There's this one, which is a dark color, which I absolutely love because I love dark colors. When I got this, it kind of reminded me of Dark Deed, which was in the Villainous Venoms, or Venomous Villains collection from MAC these past few months. And it's kind of like a bronzy plum. And it's gorgeous, and it's really gorgeous on, especially for the holidays. So I'll probably be doing a makeup tutorial with this lipstick because I just love it so much. Besides that, it also comes with two eyeliners, just the basic colors. You have a black, which is, I'm running out of space here, which goes on actually pretty nicely. It's pretty pigmented. I'm not really sure how you sharpen these though, because it feels kind of like plastic. It's not really wood, even though it looks like wood. And I don't know if you can like see that, but like the top is kind of like beveled in, so that's a little weird. I'm not sure how you sharpen that. And then there's also a brown, which I'll just put that right next to the black. So here you have the black and the brown color. Sorry for my nails, they've been chipping really bad. It's actually this nail polish, so I do not recommend this. It comes with 4 nail polishes, one in red. Yeah, they don't even have really names on them. So, and then this like brown kind of tan color, which is what I'm actually wearing. And you can see I only put this on a few days ago, how bad this chipped. It also comes in 2 other colors. One I was really disappointed in because it was such a gorgeous color. I love colors like this, like the dark maroon, kind of mahogany, red kind of colors, and I had high hopes for this. But unfortunately, you can actually see it on. This chipped really bad too, which is why I left this on for this tutorial, just to kind of show you guys how bad these chip. And it doesn't even really have that great of a color payoff. You can really see through it to my nail bed, which is just not fun in any nail polish. And then just like a more matte brown kind of color. I mean, these are gorgeous colors to look at, but to actually wear, they don't really have a decent color payoff. They don't stay on very long. They actually take a while to dry, and they chip like crazy. You bump into anything, you even like scratch your face or anything, they chip. So definitely the only thing really bad about this this whole little makeup box are the nail polishes, so definitely stay away from those. And the last thing that is on this, if I can find it, is right here. And this is actually with the mirror. I'm not sure exactly where the, okay. This is the mirror that comes with it, in the middle of it. Nice little pretty mirror. This goes right here, and this is actually the very top of the kit. So you have like a blush brush right here, which actually has synthetic bristles. You have another brush right here, which just looks, I don't even know, that looks like a lip liner pencil maybe, or like an eyeliner pencil. And then you have these kind of like sponge applicator brushes, which are really cheaply made, and I didn't even bother to use these. Over here you have like an eyelash and a brow comb on each side, like that. Pretty generic. And then the only other brush I actually kind of liked in this was this brush. It's actually synthetic, but it's really soft. It's an angled brush, and this has actually come in handy quite a few times because I lost a lot of my brushes, and I really like how soft this is. And since it's synthetic, it doesn't really absorb that much color, but the payoff is really nice. So this would have to be my favorite brush out of all of these. Like I said, I don't even bother with like these little spongy ones just because they're a pain in the butt and they really don't work that well. This blush brush is okay, I guess. I mean, it's really thin. I don't know if you can see just how thin that is. So it's not really rounded. This would be good for like really sharp contouring, but I don't really use sharp contouring that much. I like to blend everything. So this I would never really use. But I mean, for this kit to get, you know, 8 eyeshadow palettes, 4 lipsticks, 4 nail polishes, 2 eyeliners, and a brush set, it's definitely not that bad. Like I said, these are all done by the Color Workshop, which you can find at Walmart or Target, probably CVS, I don't know though. And you get what you pay for basically, but I was really impressed and pleasantly surprised at the color payoff from the eyeshadows. I think I just couldn't believe it because I used to have a stigma about getting stuff from drugstores, but lately since I lost a lot of my makeup, I've just been kind of experimenting with a lot of them, and I was very, very impressed with this. So it's called Inspiration. Again, I'll show you the little box that it comes in, and this is super cute just to put all of your makeup in. And like I said, it says on the back exactly everything that you get, like what price it's for and stuff like that. I'm not sure if this is just a holiday exclusive, if you can only get this around the holidays. You could probably Google the Color Workshop and find out. So yeah, I mean, I'll be using a lot of this makeup and definitely a lot of these palettes in a lot of different looks. I specifically use them for 2 holiday looks, like I said. This one, the Candy Cane Lane look, and the Winter Wonderland look, which I'll be putting up tutorials for soon. So I hope you enjoyed this product review, and have a great day. Bye.